Hi folks, Joseph Kursky here with you to talk for a little bit about why cities, like this one behind me, need and use and value Geographic Information Systems, or GIS. First of all, cities are dynamic. They change rapidly over space and time. They're constantly moving and changing. For example, water through a city, electricity through a city, people through a city, transportation networks through a city. These are all dynamic things that change across space and time. Also, there are unexpected things that happen. There are natural hazards that occur. There are fires. There are wildfires that affect cities. There are weather events that affect cities. Hail, snow, floods, etc. Those all affect cities. So cities need GIS because they are grappling with space and time changes, spatial and temporal changes, if you will. The second reason why cities need GIS is that they're, as you can see, three-dimensional environments. Yeah, so they need three-dimensional tools like GIS that can help them model things like when this skyscraper is constructed behind me, which areas are going to be in shadow and which will not be in shadow. Or what about these streets down below me? Which streets should have lights, traffic lights on them, which should have pedestrian crossings. How could we make those more efficient? Just small adjustments sometimes in cities, especially with several 100,000 or millions of people, could make huge difference in the amount of fuel used, on the reduction in accidents, deaths and injuries that could occur. So smart cities are viable. Smart cities are healthy. Smart cities are the ones that actually use Geographic Information Systems to see what they've got right now and also plan for a more sustainable, healthier future. So these are a couple reasons why cities actually use and value GIS. But a third reason is that GIS helps bring decision making together in a city. So think of cities as major complex organizations, right? So cities have different departments: assessors, streets, public works, planning, zoning, health, etc. All these departments are brought together by a common language: maps. They all have to do with where. They want to know where and the whys of where. And so GIS, or Geographic Information Systems, can help cities actually become more seamless, more responsive to citizens as they work together, instead of you going to one department and say, well, we don't do that, that's down the hall and to the left. No, getting information to the citizens right away, not just for information, but in emergency situations where you don't want to deal with lots of different departments. You want to be able to get answers more efficiently. And also these departments can do things in practical ways, like for example, if a utility line is needed in a street down below me there, you put the utility line first and then maybe the street repair is needed later on, instead of, well, this is on schedule to be repaired and then a month later, oops, we need to rip up that street again for a new utility line. No, it's all kind of planned in conjunction with other departments knowing, and that again makes things much more efficient in terms of the decision making that's needed, and also the natural resources that are used, and the time and the equipment and the cost could result in huge benefits for cities, and it already is around the world. Cities using GIS in 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions to model existing infrastructure and people and flows, and also to plan more effective futures. So these are just a few reasons why cities value Geographic Information Systems, and indeed there are lots of different tools that cities can use. City Engine being one of them, ArcGIS being another one, Community Analyst to look at demographics and demographic changes, businesses, community preferences, citizen preferences, and then also mobile apps to enable citizens to use powerful tools like Survey 123 out in the field to collect data on their city, on broken sidewalks or invasive species or graffiti, or I want to map my city's trees and green spaces. So these are ways that citizens can be empowered to help their local governments in planning a more effective, sustainable future for all of us. So Geographic Information Systems in cities, it's not just a future pie in the sky thing, it's actually already happening. I suspect this city, like many others, is using GIS right now to make its operations as effective and as functional and sustainable as they can be. Thanks.